We are back, you guys, for another video. I had to go get almost naked, y'all. I had to rush home so I could do this damn interview with Ebony the Best and Sweet Tea. Shout out to them. Again, thanks to Ebony the Best for asking me to co-host with her in the interview. I hope you guys had a chance to watch it. I will also premiere it on my channel as well for those of you that did not get to see it, of my subscribers that did not get to see the interview. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a great interview. I hope you guys feel like we asked a lot of questions that you guys may have wanted the answers to in that interview. I had a great time. I'm never nervous when I'm talking to people because I do it all the time, even at work. I'm used to talking to people. I'm used to being in front of people. So I was good on that. But yeah, we're going to I see y'all talking about the Carlee Russell thing. We're gonna be talking about Carlee Russell today too. Yeah, because got some new developments with that. But yes, everything said in the video is a legend in my opinion, you guys, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Peggy Jones said she liked the interview. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys for supporting that interview with Sweet Tea. Okay, I like her. I told you I've been following her for quite some time, and I do. She was like, "Don't I know you?" Yes, because I'll be on your Instagram. I've talked to her several times over there. But yes. Let's get into our show because we have some great topics for you guys. We already got 111. Okay, hopefully we got 111 likes. Okay, and hopefully you guys had a chance to check out our car chronicles from this morning because we had a great show this morning. Of course, y'all know I acted a fool per usual because that's what I love to do. All right, hope y'all got y'all laugh on, honey. Wanda her damn 2081. Oh my God, I will never forget that. But let's get into the show, okay? All right, so Dr. Simone explains why she spoke on Quad's niece at the reunion. I saw that interview. I wanted to share that with you guys since we've been talking about Quad and Dr. Simone and that whole situation with Married to Medicine. So we're going to get that out the way first. I will share my screen so you guys can see with me. Give me a chance to pull that up, okay? Give me a chance to pull that up. Yes. I hope you guys had a great day. Happy Thursday to everybody, guys. Tomorrow is Friday. Praise the Lord. Okay. Praise the Lord. Because baby, this week has been a week. It's been a long week. All right. I'm really tired. I'm ready to wind down and have my weekend, honey. All right, so let's get into what it says. Dr. Simone explains why she spoke on Quad's niece and issued an apology to Quad. She says that it wasn't the intent to re-injure. It was to drive home a point, okay? Even though y'all know that Quad was heard asking her not to talk about the niece that actually drowned in Quad's pool. Dr. Simone, she explains why, okay?
Or anybody in her family, it wasn't the intent to re-injure, was to drive home the point. But again, I have nothing but love for Quad. If we never speak again, and that's what I told her the next day, literally, if we never speak again, I still have nothing but love for her. And again, for people to paint this narrative that we would try to push any one individual off of the show is a bad narrative. Each individual owns her position on the show, and she is the only one who keeps her job or loses her job. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So,
if Quad is watching now, is there anything you would like to say to her?
I'm sorry if I injured you or anybody in your family with that comment I made. We've all made mistakes on this platform, and I own mine. That was my mistake. Well, I don't move in a way that I would ever want to harm anybody as a result of filming a show. Absolutely.
I see you're getting emotional, Dr. Simone. Why is that?
And I made the comment, and as inappropriate as it wasn't my intent to injure her or anybody in her family. It wasn't the intent to re-injure, was to drive home the point. But again, I have nothing but love for Quad. if we never speak again. And that's what I told her. That.
What do you guys think about that? I wanted to make sure we got to the beginning of what she was saying. I'm gonna read a few comments of what they're saying here. Shout out to the Bravo Shade Room. Okay, they're saying that Dr. Simone gets a little emotional while talking about the drama with Quad. I feel like Quad always wants everybody to feel sorry for her when she just goes out and does just what she wants to and says what she wants to all willy-nilly. The interview with Sweet Tea today kind of opened my eyes. Reopened my eyes because they were never closed. Reopen my eyes with damn Quad and how she's moving and how she's so calculating. She comes off as calculating, and she still, in my eyes, still feels like she still has wifey perks when it comes to Dr. G, even though he's moved on and remarried. I don't like the fact that she feels she can call him and ask for certain favors. You are the ex-wife, child. Move the hell on, and don't be calling up over here asking him, can he do such and such and such, because that's what he used to do. And now you want people to issue you an apology when you always give them your ass to kiss. And I don't like people like that. And like the girls were saying on the show on Married to Medicine, Quad, you don't really hang out with them. You don't have nothing to do with them. You just had this big party at your house. None of the women from Married to Medicine were there. You had more women there from Love and Hip Hop at your house. The women on the show on Married to Medicine said they never even been to your house. So you don't even fool with them off the show. But then you get on the show and you fake cry. You want everybody to kiss up to you because you want to keep your job. And it's all given at you this fake calculating individual. I can't take people like that. I mean, either be your true self or get the hell off the show. You don't have a storyline. You're no longer Married to Medicine. Why are you here? Now, was it kind of effed up for Simone to speak on a very still tender situation, being that it just happened? Yes, maybe. But the fact that, Quad, you just say whatever you want to other people and you expect different from other people, I don't think it's fair. Give out what you want given back to you. And that's just how I feel. And I know some of you may not agree with that, but in that situation, I mean, it is what it is. If Dr. Simone chose to apologize, that's her prerogative. For me, I probably wouldn't have, because that's just me. I wouldn't have apologized just because you're not apologetic either, Quad. And then you use that fake tears. 1 second you were crying, the next minute you weren't crying at all. Like, period. Like, give me a break. She's just too fake for me. So some of the comments here under the Bravo Shade Room, they're saying, but you kept going when she said stop, that there was not bad intent. So they were asking, was Simone, did she really not have any bad intent when after Quad asked her not to talk about that situation? Another person says that you just wanted to prove your point at any cost. Okay, so they're really going in on Dr. Simone on this situation. Another person says that I hate when people so-called apologize with if I, after that, keep it. Okay, it says after that, just keep it. Okay, well, there's a certain way that you apologize. You can't tell a person how to apologize, because some people don't like to apologize at all. So if they pull it out of themselves to say an apology to you, accept it. Shit, it is what it is. All right, so another person says that Jackie has showed time and time again that she is not as nice as y'all thought, and y'all still making excuses. Says that she's out of Buffy. Says that she out of Buffy's issues having a baby, and she's a OBGYN. Said publicly that sometimes she feels her patients over detail their pain, which was so harmful, and countless others' foolishness. Y'all need to go back to school, child. Ooh. And never apologize. It says unless told to do so more than once, she stands on everything, and she does it only when she's called out. That acts like she is. Child, y'all can't write. I kind of sort of agree if I can understand what the hell you saying. Let's move on, child. They says that a Pisces says, as a Pisces, we be dead wrong. Okay. Says that Dr. Simone is the real villain. I don't agree. I like Dr. Simone. She is very in your face, but hey, it is what it is. But we ain't gonna read all the comments. That is it, and that is all on that. Do I feel that Dr. Simone was absolutely wrong or all the way wrong? Maybe she could have dialed back a little bit and been, maybe respectful in that moment and not speaking on it. But if she was trying to prove her point, maybe she could have taken a different direction in terms of speaking on it. Okay. That's just my take. Tomato, whatever. Moving on. All right. That's all I got. That's all I got on that. Okay. What do you guys think? This says that Quad is a drama queen. To me, says she's an attention seeker. Let's put that up there. She's an attention seeker. Quad goes after people as well. Now she's trying to eject herself into their marriage. Just go off. Right. You are absolutely right on that. Okay. Anybody else think Quad be playing victim? Put a one in the chat if you guys think that Quad be trying to play victim when she's really not a victim. Okay, because Quad is kept. Y'all know she had a mugshot just like Dr. G did way before they got married. Y'all remember that on Married to Medicine? The two of them had like a little dispute or whatever. So they had problems prior to them getting married. Dr. G had a mugshot. Quad had a mugshot. Okay. And then they still followed through with that wedding and got married, and it was just downhill. They just did not get along. They argued all the time. It's like they didn't really have anything in common. Dr. G wanted to go left. She wanted to go right. She was always fussing about this. He was going off about that. They just never should have gotten married. And I was like, Quad, she's still trying to orchestrate his life and where he is and who's in his life. And I don't think that that's her business anymore. You didn't want that man. You didn't want to make him happy. You didn't want to build with him. Now that he's moved on, you're just so invested in what he's doing in his life now. I mean, he's trying to have babies with his new wife. Back the hell up, girl. But yes, they said that all that man wanted. Yeah, all he wanted was a baby. That's standard in a marriage. You want to have family, you want to have a child, something to pass a legacy down to. He's a doctor. He got a little corn about him. If something were to happen to him, he wants to be able to pass a legacy down to his child. I understand that. I'm a mom. I have a child. My son gonna be straight when I'm gone. I'm not gonna leave him with debt. I'm not leaving him with debt or my husband. But let's move on, honey. It says that Quad only wants to be friends with the ladies when it's time to film, period. You said it. You said a mouthful, okay? She don't fool with them off camera. She just had a huge party at her house. I saw it online. Not one person there from Married to Medicine. Not one. Simone said she ain't never been to Quad's house. But then you sit on the thing and cry. Jackie ain't never been to Quad's house. But then you get up while the cameras are rolling and get in her face with the ugly cry. Jackie, I just want to tell you that I'm so sorry and I would never do anything. Girl, shut your ass up, Quad. Fake ass. Get on my nerves. Oh, Lord. Let's move on. Oh, she makes my liver quiver. Jesus. All right, let's move on, child. Ooh. All right, so as you guys know, we talked about this morning about Real Housewives of Potomac's Karen Huger. They have released the pictures from her accident. They're not bad. They're just showing how fast she was actually going. So I'm never going to give you guys, well, I'll do a trigger warning just in case somebody had a very bad accident back in the day or whenever. It's just going to show like the skid marks, and y'all know she said she hit a tree or whatever. So these accident pictures are going to actually show how fast Karen was actually driving. Y'all do know she was charged with like 6 citations. She does have she does have to go to court because she was driving on a suspended registration. And she did total her 2017 Maserati. She said that she is banged up and bruised. She was found to be drinking. She does have a DUI. Karen Huger, baby, is in a lot of trouble, okay? So I do have those pictures. I will share those with you. Let me pull those for you because those have been released, honey. She was out here flying in the highway, Lord. I'm happy, though. She is okay. She is okay. Like I said, she did announce that she was like banged up or whatever, banged up, bruised or whatever, but she is okay. All right. So let's go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see with me, because I like to give you guys updates as we talk about things. If I see an update that I think is very important, then there we go. All right. So this is the photos from the alleged scene of Karen Huger's DUI accident. Look at that tree, guys. She tore a hole straight through the bark, straight on through the damn tree. That's the tree that she hit that actually stopped her car from speeding. She was at a very high rate of speed. It's just like through like a residential look like neighborhood. Okay, as we going through the pictures, you'll see it's like a kind of residential. Imagine she would have ran through somebody's damn house going as fast as she was going. Okay, all right. So that is the tree that stopped her car during the accident. Moving on. Okay. Let me read here's where it says that Karen cut the tree to the white meat. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk. It says that luckily the tree is expected to make a full recovery and no one was harmed during this unfortunate situation. Y'all are so fucking messy. Neighborhood Talk. Okay. Shout out to TMZ because of course they captured the pictures. This is where her car went off the beaten path. As you guys see here where my mouse is moving, she was driving on the highway. She went off the highway and plowed through the grassy area straight into this tree where you see right here. Okay. Child, she was flying, baby. Karen had to be going by 80, 85. That's what it gives. 80, 85 miles per hour to cause that kind of damage. You won't cruising through the neighborhood, baby. You won't strolling through the neighborhood with that kind of bark missing from the tree. But let's move on. All right, so here is another piece of the tire mark from her car. Shout out again to TMZ and Neighborhood Talk, okay? And the last picture, of course, is her. Okay, so I thought it had more. But yeah, so let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, so you guys see it going there, and then you see the tree. Y'all see how much of that bark? That's a big tree. Thank God that it was able to stop her. But of course, the airbags deployed if she hit it with that, much of an impact. Okay, but it tore the damn bark clean off, and she went straight through to the tree part of the tree. Oh, I know that's not a tree part of the tree, but y'all get what I'm saying. Straight through the bark part on the outside, and then straight on into the damn wood part of the tree. So damn, Karen, I'm happy that she is okay. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. I'm happy that she is okay. Because Jesus Christ, it could have been something else. Karen, you got to get your drinking under control. I know a lot of the women on the show said that Karen does seem to have a drinking issue. That is going to be hers, unfortunately, her storyline next season. And the girls are not going to go light on her. Giselle is going to be all over Karen about this. Ashley Darby's going to add her 5 cents, and we all know Robin, who does not like Karen, is going to also have some things to say about this alleged DUI incident. So Karen, get ready to answer questions and be ready for the shade on this damn show, because you know that it's coming, okay? All right, moving on, child. Moving on, honey. Shout out to Karen. I'm glad you're okay. Yes, child. You had probably more than one drink. She said she was sitting with one of her girlfriends that she met up at some spot, and they were having conversation. She skipped all over. We had some drinks because, like I said, the police said that she is being charged with a DUI. But it's standard when you go and meet your homegirl. Oh, let me get a Long Island, or let me get a margarita. When you're talking, you sipping. You're talking and you sipping. And sometimes that sipping can get out of control, especially when you're feeling. She said she was crying. She was kind of emotional. So when you're talking about something very sad and very pressing, you're probably going to order another drink just to kind of dull the pain. And getting behind the wheel of the car was just not a great idea, because as you can see, the end result, where she total lost her car, her Maserati, and she almost lost her life behind that. Okay. Thank God. I don't even want to think about it, because that's just sad. I'm happy that Ray was not in the car with her when that happened. But of course, like I said, with the impact, you can see clearly that the airbags just really came out. Okay. And that the airbags can injure you more than the damn accident. How do I know? My aunt was in an accident and the damn airbags burnt her face, y'all. She had like little burnt spots on her face when she got into an accident, and her car went down like an embankment, and the airbags came out, and it's like she said it knocked her back, and it hit her in the face. And I don't know what it is inside the airbag, but she had like little burnt spots on her face from the airbag. I was like, shit. But so shout out to Karen, baby. I'm glad you're okay. So I wanted to share those pictures because we were talking about it this morning. Right. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. I've done it before. I ain't gonna lie. Coming from the club, I have. Thank God for that little thing on the side of the road. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Thinking, and child, the next morning I came outside, I was like, how the fuck did I get home? Part of the car was on the grass, part was on the sidewalk. But I said, okay, from now on, I will always take somebody that can designatedly drive me home to where I don't feel the need to do that, because that was very dangerous. Of course, that was when, my younger years, but still, yeah, sometimes you can miss, I guess, I don't know, shit. You can think that you can drive when you really can't. All right. You have too much to drink. Never, ever get behind the wheel after having drinks. Okay. That's the moral of the story, because baby, it's not fun. It's not funny when you get a DUI and you got to go through the courts. You got to take classes. Your license gets suspended. Hers is going to probably be suspended behind this. I can see it coming. Okay. Yeah. They take that very seriously, because what if somebody would have been on the road? What if a child would have been out playing on a bike? I just think about all of those things. What if a child would have been out riding their bike? This was during the day. What if a person was walking across the street? They didn't have time to get all the way across there. With you flying through there, had to be 75, 80 miles per hour. You could have took somebody else out in addition to you, flying into that tree. So be careful out there, guys. Okay. If you're going to drink, get a designated driver or call an Uber. Okay. All right. So let's be safe out there. Moving on. Blanket Jackson, guys. Blanket Jackson, which you guys know is Michael Jackson's son, is challenging his grandmother, you guys. He is challenging his grandmother, which is Katherine Jackson, okay, the Jackson mother, the matriarch of the family, because he is trying to block his grandmother, Katherine Jackson, from using his late father's estate to pay for attorney's fees. Okay, they are trying to keep the I think the record label from selling his shares, Michael Jackson's shares. So they're trying to dip into their father's estate, Michael Jackson's estate, and their son Blanket Jackson is stepping up to challenge his grandmother to stop her from using that. Let me close my curtain because it's getting dark. I don't want nobody peeping up in here at me while I'm on video. All right. So let's go ahead and get that because I want to read. I want you guys to read along with me. He's grown up a lot too. Do I think that these are his real children? I'm gonna say no. I think there may have been some adoption somewhere along there. Now I know he said he had vitiligo, but I know when we have biracial children, most of the ones that I've seen do have like a little black in them, a little, African American or whatever in them. I don't think that these kids are his, like biological, like, but whatever. Somebody said, heck no. I just don't think that. I think there was some money exchanged, and I think that, that's what I think. All right, so let me go ahead and get it pulled up for you guys so that we can get on through this, honey. Because, baby, when I tell you I'm tired, this has been a long day for Caramel. We done did a whole interview, and now we're back on live, child. So, not that I don't love you guys, because I love you all the way down to the ground and back up. But, baby, I got to get some rest because we got one more work day tomorrow. And I still got to get my show together for that. So let's get on into this. All right, so it says Michael Jackson's son Blanket asked the courts to block grandmother Catherine Jackson, honey, from using their late father's estate to pay her attorney's fees. That is Blanket. That is Michael, as you know. That is the mommy, Catherine Jackson. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and read this, and I left my damn glasses downstairs. All right, so according to reports that Michael Jackson's youngest son, Blanket Jackson, born Prince Michael Jackson II, is taking his grandmother to court over his dad's estate. It says that the rift between the 22-year-old and Catherine Jackson centers around the legal fees that she's racking up, trying to stop the executors of the Rock With You singer's estate from going through with a major business venture. It says that as previously reported that the deal's details have been kept under wraps. It says, however, that it's highly speculated that it has something to do with the reported $600 million agreement that the estate made with Sony to sell roughly half of Michael Jackson's music catalog. If Michael Jackson was alive, he would not approve of that. He's always talked about owning his own catalog, his own music, not being kind of like Prince was saying, he did not want to be a slave to the record companies or the industry. So that is something that Michael Jackson made sure he did before he died, which was to purchase his own catalog. That's very rare. Chris Brown owns his own catalog, and I just know that because I follow music. That is a great thing, because that means every little bit of money that you make, it ain't going to the record company, it's going to you. So you pretty much own yourself. And that is what Michael Jackson made sure that he took care of prior to his death. Let's continue. Initially, Blanket Jackson and his 93-year-old grandmother, oh, wow, I didn't know she was that old, teamed up to legally fight the secret deal. It says, unfortunately for the family members, that it's assumed that they lost whatever that they were battling, as reports surfaced in February that Sony finalized hefty music purchase, or the hefty music purchase. Okay, says that Blanket Jackson was ready to take the L and keep pushing. However, Catherine Jackson filed an appeal, which is what her grandson has taken an issue with. Okay. Now, according to court documents obtained by TMZ, shout out to them, and also shout out to the Jasmine brand, which is where we're reading from, says that Blanket Jackson feels that Catherine Jackson has a slim chance of winning the appeal and has asked the court to block the estate from paying her legal fees in the case. Says that purportedly, Blanket also argues that continuing the legal battle would not benefit the trust beneficiaries, including himself, and could depreciate its value with expensive legal bills. Okay, so they say, hey, you cutting into my money, Grandma. No, you won't. Now, it says that allegedly Catherine Jackson receives a seven-figure allowance from the year from, she receives a seven-figure allowance for the year from the estate, and Blanket seemingly believes that she should use her own funds to pay her attorneys. Okay, so he doesn't want her dipping into the estate money that he wants her to get her money. He wants her to go into her money. Okay, he wants her to pay for her own damn legal fees. All right, so child, what do y'all think about that? He's feeling like, hey, the state money, because y'all know Michael left everything to his mom and to his children, which is 3 of them, okay? Has Paris, Blanket, and what's the other one? Is it Michael? I want to say Michael. I think the other child's name is Michael Child. I don't know all them kids like that. But Blanket, this is the one that Michael Jackson dangled over the window. Y'all remember when he was at that hotel and the people downstairs were saying they wanted to see the baby? That's when he was like a baby, maybe like a few months old, maybe like 6 or 7 months old, maybe. And he had him wrapped up in a blanket. He would never show his face or any of his kids' face. Y'all remember he used to have his kids in masks, but he dangled him over the thing so that they could see, over the balcony so that they could see the baby, that was Blanket. So that is him all grown up with a beard, child, this long hair. He kind of favors Michael in this picture. I ain't even gonna hold you, but I don't think that those are his biological children. I think there was some money. Debbie Rowe is their mother, the white lady named Debbie Rowe. I remember when all this shit came out. She is their biological mother, but I feel like some money was exchanged to where Debbie had a nice payout in order to have those children for Michael and give them over to him for him to raise. Okay. They do know that Debbie is their mother, from what I read in earlier post. But yeah, Blanket is fighting. He's fighting. He doesn't want the mother to keep dipping into the money because that's money that's supposed to be left to the children. So he's like, Mama, Grandma, I need you to go into your allowance and get the hell up out of our money. So how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel that he should be challenging his 93-year-old grandmother? I don't think that she should have to be making those decisions at 93, even though she seems to be very competent. She seems to be in her right mind. And Michael has entrusted her to do so. And at 93, she gets around good. She be in the courtrooms, child, still handling stuff for Michael. And he set her up very nicely to where she don't have to worry about anything financially. So yeah. So she gets an allowance. And from my understanding, I think Ruby Jackson gets an allowance and some of his other siblings as well. But Michael Jackson left the majority, like I said, of everything that he owned to his mother, which he loved very much. Okay, he didn't leave nothing to his daddy. He left nothing to Joe Jackson and his 3 children. So that is it, and that is all on that, you guys. I hope they figure this out. I don't agree with them selling half of Michael Jackson's catalog like that, because he probably is pop locking and turning in his damn grave behind this bullshit. But child, let's continue, Lord. All right. Let's continue, child. All right. So we're going to go ahead, and this is going to be our last topic, you guys. This is not going to be a long live. We're going to get into the Carlee Russell sentencing hearing. I have it. We're going to watch it. As you guys know, she was found guilty of lying about her abduction. Okay, this is not the first time that she's been involved in said type situation. We've talked about this before. I did a live on it. This is the first time that it garnered this much media attention, to where the news, the helicopters and everything was involved. They had a search party, and I don't think that she figured it was going to get this far out of control to where she was going to get this much attention. All right, we're going to look at the sentencing hearing. She looks scared as hell. You would think that she thinks she might be about to get life. She's standing up there. You can tell she's visibly shaking. She's scared as fuck because she thinks that her ass is about to go to jail forever. But we're going to go ahead and get into that. We'll share my screen with you guys as well. Shout out to the Alabama News for that. Let's make it bigger. Well, shit. Let's make it smaller so I can share first. And then we'll make it bigger. Okay. All right. Boom. Boom, boom. All right, are we here? Okay, so let's get into it. This is Carlee Russell.
You're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
You are Carlee Russell?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. This is CC 23-888 and 889. You were charged in each of these cases with making a false police report, which are misdemeanor offenses. I'm showing you a document titled Explanation of Rights. Did you go over this document with your lawyers?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature on the last page?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about this document or about your rights?
No, sir.
She looks scared as hell, don't she?
All right then, and there is no plea agreement here. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
In CC 23-888, as to the misdemeanor offense of making a false police report, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And in CC 23-889, as to the misdemeanor offense of making a false police report, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Fine. Do you have, let's see, going a little out of order here. I'm showing you Court's Exhibit B. Did you go over this document with your lawyers?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied that your attorneys, Mr. Henry Anthony, Richard Jaffe, and Lucky Milad,
Yes, sir.
good and competent attorneys that have represented you well?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the plea agreements in these cases?
Yes, sir.
You're pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, sir.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, sir.
All right, at this time, before we proceed, well, I find that your plea was made knowingly and voluntarily, and based on your plea, I find you guilty. Before sentencing, first, is there anything that the Attorney General's office would like to add?
Yes, Your Honor, if you don't mind. As the court is aware, I have asked to speak today, and I have a lot to say, but the court has asked me to limit it to 2 minutes, and so I will do that. First of all, this case has always been about respect for law enforcement and respect for this community as a whole. Ms. Russell faked a kidnapping, duped the community, and contrived this situation. We still, Judge, don't know to this day where she was, how she got there, what she was doing, and with whom she was doing it with. Once we figured out that she was supposedly missing, the community got involved. Hundreds of people got involved. They took time away from their families, their work, their fun. Law enforcement got involved from federal, state to local. And they took time away from their family, their people, their work, other cases that needed to be solved. This has been a case that it was taken advantage of, and it's our contention that Ms. Russell knew this would happen. She had researched it on the computer. She had researched search terms about Amber Alerts and the movie Taken, all of those things. And then, Judge, when she came home, we have ring camera footage of her walking casually down her parents' street, and when she gets in front of her parents' house, she runs up there and starts beating on the door. Police were called. The body cams show that she's flailing around and still perpetuating this ruse that she was kidnapped. The ambulance was called. She goes to the hospital and she finally speaks with law enforcement, and that's when she tells the story about that orange-haired man and woman playing with her hair and eating Cheez-Its. This ruse continues. And it doesn't stop until a couple of days later when her lawyer issues.
Don't start crying now. That's when crying when you was out there.
So I have to say, Judge, that because of this ongoing complete disrespect for this community as well as law enforcement, it is our contention that she should get some jail time. I understand that it's a misdemeanor. I do. But because of the effect that it has had on law enforcement as well as on the community, we feel even if it's weekends in jail or nights in jail, that some sort of incarceration is warranted in this case. I think I kept it under 2 minutes.
All right, thank you, Ms. Morris. All right, is there anything from the defense attorneys?
No, sir. Judge, what we're gonna do is gonna let Ms. Russell make a statement.
Okay, Ms. Russell, before being sentenced, you do have a right to make a statement. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Yes, sir. Your Honor, I want to genuinely apologize for my actions and the resulting negative impact inflicted onto others. I made a grave mistake while trying to fight through various emotional issues and stress. I am extremely remorseful for the panic, fear, and various range of negative emotions that were experienced across the nation. I want to specifically acknowledge and take accountability for the pain and embarrassment that I inflicted upon my family, my church family, friends, neighbors, community, and all of those who were directly involved in search efforts for me. I also extend my sincerest apologies to the Hoover Police Department and every other law enforcement agency and personnel for the position that I put them in and for the resources used. I absolutely regret my decision, and in hindsight wish that I had cried for help in a totally different manner. My prayer is that I will be extended grace and given the opportunity to redeem who I truly am and restore the positively esteemed character that I have worked so hard to attain for the 25 years of my life prior to this incident. I wholeheartedly can say that I've never had any malicious intent to hurt anyone. And I pray that you will feel my sincerity and that as I prepare to pick up the pieces and go on to restore my life, that you will witness the fruition of grace.
And we're not gonna say anything.
Okay, all right, thank you, Ms. Russell. When you first made this report, you alarmed this community, and you really alarmed the country because the story went nationwide, as you know. And then when it came out that it wasn't true, not only was this community outraged, but the country was outraged. What you did was you wasted a lot of government resources.
Damn sure
and you're
did.
going to pay for that. You're going to pay every dime of that in restitution in this case. It would be a waste of government resources to have a trial in this case. So you have taken responsibility, and we're not going to do that. It would be a waste of government resources to put you in jail. One of the most expensive things the government does is incarcerate people. And we need to reserve our jails for people who are genuinely a threat to the community. Although we're very upset about what you've done, you're not a threat to the community. I'm not going to treat you any differently than I would treat any other first-time nonviolent misdemeanor offender. Accordingly, it is the judgment and sentence of this court that you're sentenced in each of these cases to 6 months in the county jail. These sentences are consecutive with each other, and these sentences are suspended. You're placed on probation for 12 months, supervised probation. It's a condition of your probation that you pay full amount of restitution, which is $17,974.88, paid to the city of Hoover, 100 Municipal Lane, Hoover, Alabama, 35216. Pay that through the clerk's office on the first floor in this building, so we have a record of it. I'm also sentencing you to serve, and this is a condition of your probation, 100 hours of community service. I want to see, when we come back, I want to see that you've made progress, if not completed that community service. I understand that you're currently getting mental health counseling, is that right?
Yes, sir.
It is a condition at this point of your probation that you continue getting mental health counseling, and I'd like to see some proof that you're getting that counseling when we come back. This case is set for a review hearing. We're going to review the amount of restitution that's been paid, community service.
Y'all are hell in the comments. God.
And that date is October 16 at 9 a.m. Anything else for the state or the defense?
Nothing from the defense.
No, you're not.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Shout out to al.com. Alabama.com is where we saw it. Okay. Shout out to them. What do y'all think about the sentencing hearing for Carlee Russell? Okay. I feel like she practiced them tears in the mirror a little bit. I kind of feel that way. I don't know. Maybe it's the petty in me. I don't feel like it was sincere. I feel like she was very scared that she thought she was going to get a lot of time, and she knew to crank them tears up and do what she needed to do to get that sympathy from the judge, so they won't, come down hard on her like she thought they were going to do. She did get probation. I think she should have gotten more than that. I'm sorry. I think they should have given her some jail time to just let her know that this is not okay and don't ever do this shit again. Because like I said, this is something she's repeatedly done. It just got so far out of control this time. If y'all go back and read up on this situation, Carlee's done this before. Carlee's made disappearing acts before. Her parents know that. This time, it got too far out of hand to where she just kept adding stuff. And then once it blew up to where helicopters are looking, people are giving cash apps and getting GoFundMes and stuff like that. And then, it was out of control, y'all. It was like one lie after the other, after the other, after the other. And this is why her ass is standing up there looking like she was scared. She was shaking like a leaf. You can see it. But I think they should have been a little more harder on her. And then I feel like she was advised by her attorneys to go and get mental help so that it could look good when she came to court, to make it look like she has this mental problem, when really her ass is just crazy as hell in just other ways, I think. And it was all for this boyfriend thing, to get attention from this damn boyfriend. Like, girl, think about it. My thing is this. My heart go out to the parents of children that have really come up missing that they've never found. So you make it very hard for our color. Okay. You make it hard for our color when we go missing, and they don't want to go look for you because now they see stupid shit like this to where they think, well, are they really missing? Or do we want to really put the effort in to get the helicopters and all these other resources that we have to go out there and be looking for a person of color after this Carlee situation? Like, it's stupid as hell, girl. You really put a very negative stigma on our people. I said it before, it was Natalie Holloway and them, they didn't stop till they found her ass. But for our people, they don't usually have that much energy. So I'm happy that she is going to get something. I was hoping for some jail time, and not that I want to see somebody locked up, but I feel like she doesn't need just a slap on the wrist, because this is something that she's continuously done. It just got out of control. But I do have one more update before we get out of here. Okay, it says, oh, I'm with you that she should have got more than that. She should have got more than that. I'm sorry. Them tears, I won't buy that shit at all. Y'all know what it is. When people go into court and you know it's a possibility that you're going to serve jail time, what's the one thing you're going to do? You scared? You're going to get up there and cry because you want sympathy. You want the judge to look at, okay, she's crying, so maybe I don't want to give her this much time because maybe she's crying because she's really sorry for this. You know, you're going to cry. Some of the worst criminals get up there and cry, but they ass still go to prison. That was a crime what she did. It was a crime. It's real people missing, and they went out there with all these resources that they had and that they used to go and find this girl. And it was all a hoax. I don't like shit like that. But let's get an update. I got an update on Uncle Wanda, honey. We're going to get up out of here. Shout out to Pinky, the housewife, okay? She has put out there that Wanda, honey, y'all know that they talked about this recent bankruptcy and stuff that Wanda's going through. Saying that Wanda, while she's bragging on live and all this, saying that she got all this stuff that she owns and all her stuff is paid for. Well, what stuff do you have? Because according to Pinky and her records pulling, honey, as of 3/20 of 24, it says that Wanda don't have any assets listed in her name, nor does she have properties owned, nor does she own any licenses in her name. So that could be why she has not yet come out with a food truck. Now, I know she was saying she took some type of course or something, food course. I don't know about that because that's not showing up under her name. So shout out again to Pinky, the housewife, because she is saying that as of 3/20/24, she's pulled some records on Wanda and she saw nothing. Y'all know Pinky be pulling the court records. Okay, so shout out to her. As of 3/20/24, Wanda does not own any properties. She does not have any assets listed in her name, okay? And she does not own any licenses. So that could be why she has not yet come out with the food truck. And every other day, she's got an excuse as to why she has not. Oh, they haven't done with the side. They ain't done with the sign on the side. Oh, they don't have nowhere for me to refrigerate my food. Oh, they don't have this. I don't think she got no fucking food truck. Because if you would have, it don't take 3 years to get no food truck out. You've been talking about this food truck going on 2.5 years, and we ain't synced no truck yet. Okay, so I'm willing to believe it ain't one. Until you show me one, then I'm going to say you ain't got one. Okay, and the house that was listed says that it was a rental. So, hey, that's what it gives. So y'all can stop playing out here. And while y'all speaking on roaches, if y'all were on her live, if y'all saw the live, because somebody sent it to me while she was on there talking junk on her live, somebody said in the comment section in the live, says that, you know, you got a roach crawler behind you, right? And she told them, well, come over here and unalive it then. I was like, you on live with roaches crawling behind you, child? Somebody told her in the live, you know, Wanda, you know you got a roach crawling on your wall behind you. She told him to come over here and unalive the roach, child. So needless to say, baby, I will never be eating shit from up over there. With roaches crawling, that means you don't clean good if you got bugs crawling. You might need to go and call Orkin, get your ass off live and go call Orkin, okay? Use your Obama phone and go on and call them, girl, and let them go on up over there and spray that shit up out of there, okay? But that's, y'all heard her. Y'all know they making the shit up. When they told her, said, you know you got a roach crawling behind you on your wall. She was like, okay, we'll come over here and unalive this roach then, okay? I was like, oh, that's nasty. You in there stirring the food and on this shit here killing roaches, girl. Oh, child, I cannot. Okay, but go off, honey. You and your roaches, child. While they sitting up on the windowsill looking like this, while you over there cooking them pigtails. But go off, and thank you guys for joining again. Please head over and watch the video, honey, for the interview with Sweet Tea. I co-hosted today with Ebony the Best. Okay, she asked me to co-host, and I was happy to do it. And the interview went well. So if you were not actually in the live when we did it, you can go and do a replay on it. Okay, support. Thank you guys so much, and also support this video as well. Okay, like the video. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you, Maj. Thank you, Caramelians. Thank you, Prosperity Thick Girl, for being here. Did I see another one? Y'all know I don't want to leave nobody out, honey. I don't want to leave folk out. I always want to try to make sure I shout out any content creators that's in here. If you are a content creator, please just list it in here and I'll be happy to shout you out so that we can tell people, child, go over there and support. All right. Support. Any other content creators that join me tonight. All right. Love you guys down and thanks for your support as well. Okay. Yes. Love you guys and good. Oh, Mods, again, thank you. Okay. let's get on out of here, guys. Let's just get y'all some good music, honey, so y'all can twerk on up out of here, child. While I go on and twerk and get this show ready for tomorrow. All right. And goodbye.